And this is Ryan Beuschel. He started out in A&R at Universal and then went to ASCAP for a few years, and now he's publishing at Warner Chappell. So he knows it from both sides. He knows it from being the guy that songs are getting pitched to, and he knows it from working with writers who are trying to get deals, and he knows it from trying to pitch songs. So I'm just really excited to hear what they have to say about your songs.
This song, I actually really like the idea of antennas and silos. I think that's if I'm looking at a CD, that title sticks out to me, like, oh, that's a pretty unique title that has what you hear often as having furniture or lyrical imagery in it. I think in your verses it feels more like the outline of what you want to say and maybe not as much of the poetic nature of how you would say it. And so that's, oftentimes I encourage writers to go back and look at their verses more often than their choruses about, all right, this is what I want to say, but how could I say it just a little bit more poetically that really kind of like you can listen to it more like you'd be watching a music video. In the second verse, you know, I think it stays abstract on against all hope he'd change, but change what? And her heart was getting dusty, but why? And what are those, you know, answering some of those little questions, the whats and the whys of the verses, I think would bring the story a little tighter, which would then complement what you already have, which is a really solid chorus. I love the idea and the thoughts behind it all. Could it be executed a little better? And I just say it's all pronoun thing in the first part of it. When you start off with "take me somewhere old," somewhere that feels like, oh, that's first person. And I know you go on to say, "said the woman," but that it's tucked too far inside of the verse at that point for you to recover from it. If you said, "she said take me somewhere old," somewhere that feels like home, I already know this is a story song. So maybe it'll lead with that matchup. I do love the song, but it also was written by the artist who has a fan base, and that's what they expect, that type of writing from Jason. And so it's really about, in that case, the critique. There's not really a critique you could do about that song because it's about an artist. So the artist is just being the artist, and there have been enough people to confirm his artistry that, you know, where I think we try to give feedback in is in our experiences day to day. Here, the reality is songs, they do have to fit in a certain box that works for the Nashville country market, and so that's often where you'll hear the critiques why we give them the way we do, is because that's the songs that we work with every day. Well, no. I used to do this when I was at ASCAP all the time, and I would draw this right here. I draw this circle and I put the word idea in it. I'm going to let you guys in on something that's going to change your lives. You cannot write a new idea. Every idea that exists in country music has been written. And you're like, well, that's not true, how there are new songs every day. Here's what new songs are. New songs are angles at the idea. The ideas are heartbreak, cheating, drinking, going home, God, having a good time, whatever. I could draw these little lines all day long and not hit the same line. You have to find that unique angle that separates it with your idea. That's what you should be aiming for every time. So this idea, I've heard a lot. What could be something just a little bit different about it? And maybe in this case, there's a song out right now, that it might be a bad example because I've heard some people don't understand it, but Little Big Town has a song called Girl Crush. That song is really, it's not a girl having a crush on a girl. It's a girl who's jealous of the love of the other girl. What if you could be jealous of whiskey? Maybe that's a new angle at the idea of